Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at MilestoneCGP.com. Today is Wednesday, February 8th. All right, we're going to take a look at the market here. Just going to look at the Dow for now, and we'll probably revisit Apple also, so you can keep an eye on that, give you a little bit of an update. So this is pretty much just market chop. I mean, this is a 30-minute chart here, and the Dow has just really has done nothing. You know, we gapped up here, gapped down here. If you're playing SPX, you did pretty well. I called an exit on that one today from my earlier entry. I think it was like 270% somewhere in that area. Um, and a bunch of other stuff. But it looks good. But this market is just a disaster. Really, there's no decision being made anywhere right now. You just have this consolidation box. Actually, I'll bring it right up to the candles because that's pretty much what it's staying in, and not doing anything. So until something changes, we're pretty much stuck in this pattern of doing these little gaps and bouncing back and forth, and not doing much movement. So I mean, this consolidation for next leg, we'll have to see what happens. Let me move this up to the daily. I actually go with the hourly first. You can see the hourly here. You know, you still have this gap down here. We did fill the gap that it left this morning. Uh, you know, and that tagged it right around what time was that? It was right around noon time, and then proceeded to do absolutely nothing from there after. But if we can continue this down pattern, we do have this gap over here that would be nice, and then you have this lower trend line over here. It isn't an uptrend from the hourly, okay, and you get more of a confirmation if this breaks, and that'll be your true confirmation. But one thing that's that was resistance also is the bottom of this here is going to be resistance. So without this getting over that, that's resistance, if it does get over it, then you're going to have more resistance right here. Okay, and that could fall in line with this line right here. So just drawing these suckers out, you can pretty much figure out if you use different indicators to what's going on, and you'll be able to play the down and the up. If you traded SPX for an example, I'll take a look at that in a second. But if you go to the daily here, you can see the daily is in the same thing. I mean, it's in an uptrend from here, and you have another. Put that right on that line. Then you have another line here from off of this low candle down here, so which would fall in line maybe with that gap. So there is potential to get this pretty soon here if we can break this. This is definitely a daily doji, so or however some people call it different things, hangman, or whatever the case may be. But this is definitely for a downward movement, and we did gap down today. Which gave us that nice scalp, but we did, come up, fill the gap, and then just sit here and not do anything. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. So if you're looking at SPX, and you do this on the 30-minute, you had a little more movement here, so the options do move. So if you can catch this perfect here, when you're right in this area and you get the puts and you sell it, and you sell the puts, down here, and then you get calls, so on and so forth. As long as you're following that pattern, you're going to make some great money. Just make sure that you're in the area of, buying the options here. You're not buying, 2270 for the next day, because these things are very, very volatile, but they can be very lucrative at the same time when we get movement. So we have, this candle here that we'll use right off of this one. If you want to drop it back a little bit further, you could drop it down to this low candle right here. So we're not going to come down and get this gap until we get some damage through here. I thought we were going to get follow through all the way down today. We did not, but we never made news highs either, so we could finish this off and come down here. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow, but a couple of the indicators give me a reason to get into some puts today, and that I did. And along with the members that are following me, I let them know what I was doing. So we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully we can catch another one tomorrow for a nice dip down here, and maybe break this and finish this. Because we have a nice trend. If I move this over here, and I can stay right in this pattern, then it looks like I can get that sometime tomorrow. So we'll have to see what happens. And after it gets that gap, then it's probably going to head to the upside. We'll have to see what happens here. But anyway, drawing out these trend lines just using candles and then putting your indicators afterwards should help you out a little bit more. But make sure you see what the buying and selling is doing, resistance and support, and then start looking at your indicators to determine the next path. All right, this is the 30-minute, by the way, and looking at the daily, we do have a green candle, but we are still under this body here and this one here, so it kind of kind of pretty much just stuck doing nothing right now. And until we can do something, we're not going to do anything. We're going to bounce and go up and down and left and right, and until we get a big move. But try and scalp as you can. I know this is a hard market to trade options in, but many tickers are out there that are moving and giving you the opportunity to scalp things out. All right, everyone, have yourself a fantastic night. This is Matt over at Milestone CGP. If you want to play with us during the day, trade with us during the day, just join us on Skype. Add me as a contact, Matto, Mattostc, and I will bring you into the private chat. We'll get about 130 people in there now, just hanging out and calling some great stuff. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Have a great night.